And welcome back, everybody. It's been so long, but after a month or so of hiatus, we are back with Sentimiento Latino number 133. I'm, of course, your caster for today, Light_VIP, and with me, I'm once again in the awful green screen that doesn't work, and I'm joined by my plushies. Usually later on in the broadcast, I'm joined by Darking. Darking usually joins me for the semifinals onwards, as he's running the tournament. Unfortunately, he is unavailable at the moment. He's still running the tournament itself, but he's not available to cast. So, bit of a feels bad, man. It does mean that I may have to solo cast the entire tournament, which is not really ideal. Patos listo. It's not really ideal, but we'll try and make it work. You know, sometimes I can get Neo on, sometimes I can get Cristiano on. You know, maybe I can get another caster to help me out throughout the course of the broadcast. But for the time being, we are on our own, but not for much longer, because looking just below me, we can all see here that we have a match. We have a series. Again, I apologize for the delay to the start of the tournament, but we had to find our players and, you know, get our vetoes going and everything. And we are going to be getting into a juicy TvP. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Let's just switch our scenes over. There we go. Switch our scenes over. We have our lovely, beautiful bracket. Round of 16, 17 players in total, or for the most part, round of 16. You know, it's kind of who we would expect. Again, this is the first Sentimiento Latino since DreamHack ended and began, so there has been a couple of weeks off because of it. Players are now getting back into the swing of things. I know right now is a really rough period for a lot of players, because people who got knocked out of DreamHack Latin America and Oceania and Taiwan, Hong Kong, those regions have finished, and there are a lot of people that are kind of sad, you know, because it's you know, they didn't go as far as they would have liked to have, or again, they put in a lot of energy into this one big tournament and now they need some time off. So this is kind of like a lull period, but that's not stopping all these players from signing up. So we're missing a couple of people. Specifically, Tavito. ¿A dónde estás, Tavito? Tavo isn't here, but we've got everyone else. We've got Master, Yanji, Jim Rising, Paco Mike is there as well. Let's go. As well as the one, the only Ryu. We can get into the rest of the players later on, because we have our series here and now, and spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 atmospheres, LE Quack. I can't speak to him. Spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 atmospheres, LE, we have the Brazilian Terran player himself. Here he is as a player. Usually he is a caster in Portuguese, representing Death Zone Gaming. It is Cosmos. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres, LE, we have El Peruano himself, the Peruvian Protoss player, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Everness. So yes, here we go. I'm always excited to see Cosmos play. For those wondering, he's usually casting over on his channel in Portuguese, but he is the biggest Portuguese caster in the entire StarCraft scene, and there's a lot of them, you know. There's Cosmos, there's Vizintin, there's Kyobex, there's Rocklets. There's a lot, but Cosmos, he is kind of the big fish in the big pond. I don't know. He also has his own band. He has a beautiful, lovely voice. You'd love to hear it. I don't understand a single thing about what he's saying, but he's great. Oh god. And specifically for Sentimiento Latino, he also plays as well, because there is a random raffle, so he double dips a little bit. It makes sense. Really, I should as well. For those wondering, we have a participation raffle for Sentimiento Latino. That means everyone who plays has a chance at winning 5 USD, which, you know, 5 USD, it's a fair chunk of change, especially, you know, it adds up if you place highly, or if you're doing this week after week. So anyone who plays is eligible for the raffle. Cosmos, I believe he's streaming his POV, and I believe he's going to be casting after his tournament run ends, if it ends. Meanwhile, in the bottom left, we have our Protoss player, Everness. If you're familiar with our amateur tournaments, you should be familiar with Everness. He has played in Masters 1 Open, that is our Bronze to Masters tournament that we run, up to 4.9k MMR. So Everness, you know, he's not new to competing or anything like that. He signs up for Sentimiento Latino pretty regularly, and we'll see if Cosmos can go to town or like take it to a player like Everness. Everness, he's on the cusp of breaking into GM. Cosmos, I'm not too so sure. I'm not so sure about that. So we'll see. Meanwhile, we did have a bit of a pylon block here. It did force a liftoff and a delay on this add-on. What's interesting is that Cosmos didn't waste any time. He didn't want to waste DPS on that pylon with his Reapers. He zoomed immediately across the map, and now with these units he can run past the adepts. Oh, and that's exactly what he does. He just run past, he goes straight to the mineral line, and he's going to be able to get 1, 2, 3 probes. Up, how many? 4? Oh, the bus. One more, puppy, one more. Ah. He will get 4 in the end, and a full scatter. Honestly, pretty well worth it. Oh my god, the Reaper is still alive, by the way. With this shield battery, it shouldn't really deal too much damage. Nice SimCity. Does lock it in, does go down. And with all of this, 4 probe kills, confirming that there is no Stargate. It is a Twilight Council opener. Saw all the gases as well, so he should be feeling pretty confident that this is going to be Blink Stalkers. So honestly, again, a nice amount of damage with this opener. Well worth it. Meanwhile, this pylon, because it wasn't cleaned up, sees everything. Everness even saw the Widow Mines as they were being loaded up into the medevac. So it's a bit of a give and take. Because of the opener, Cosmos didn't want to waste time cleaning up the pylon, so I don't blame him, but as a result, it means that Everness gets a free scout off. He should have seen that the drop is coming across the map. So the Stalkers are moving out. Oh no! Everness, I don't think he was looking. Obviously he sees the production now, but I don't think he was looking at the time. I don't think he knows that the drop is coming his way. The army is completely out of position. There's literally nothing here to defend. So now is a prime opportunity for Cosmos. At the same time, units are across the map, so Cosmos is being a little bit distracted, but here we go. He is queuing up that drop regardless. Blink is about to finish up in a couple of seconds. If we have high ground vision, we can blink into the main base, but at the moment there is none. Adepts do shade into the natural though. At the same time, up! Ooh, Everness, he was looking, pulls back, immediately saves the majority of his workers. At the same time, a couple of SCVs, ooh, didn't quite go down across the map. Nice defense so far by Cosmos. 2 probes go down, and the Widow Mines survive. Wow. Very impressive. So because of this, Cosmos can jump back in. Like, Everness has to keep Stalkers at home, otherwise he's going to lose more workers. Meanwhile, again, despite having Blink, where's the high ground vision? The Observer is late. The Observer is at home. Looking at the units tab, both Observers are at home. What? I think this is a little bit of a mistake, a little bit of a misrally. I'm pretty sure one of these Observers should be across the map, should be providing vision and provide Everness the opportunity to get into the main base, or at least scout his opponent. Oh. So a bit of a misstep there by Everness, as there we go, he is now repositioning his Observers out on the map. Great, beautiful. Again, a little bit late, unfortunately, as we do see, oh, Cosmos confirming the timing and gonna delay the third. Oh, almost delays the third. Casito. And now the game continues. Everness, he's taking on up. We have Robotics Bay on the way. Off of very few gateways, we had 4 gates. I think we had 3 in total by the time he was throwing it down. So being a little bit greedy, if a push came across the map, honestly, Everness doesn't have a lot of units to defend. He has, this is his army, 8 Stalkers and 1 Colossus now. But again, if Cosmos had pushed out earlier, then there would have been a window there where he could have punished Everness, especially joining up with this drop, which is still alive, by the way. But Everness, he's kind of getting away with this. You know, Colossus is coming out, third base is on the way, shield batteries are being thrown down. Everness getting away with murder, and he can just explode from here. Speaking of, there is that gateway explosion on the way, charges on the way as well. Meanwhile, on the side of Cosmos, what has he been up to? Made a Raven, not to harass though, which is fine, right? Ravens are amazing in this matchup. They can disable Colossus, they can disable Warp Prisms, they can disable Disruptors. Ravens are exactly what you want. Doesn't matter if your opponent has Colossus, if you have a Raven with energy. Of course, it will still come down to the control and the positioning and the micro, but the potential is here if we moved out across the map. Something that I'm a little bit concerned about is our lack of tanks. We have one tank here, and we've been going full on into Widowmine production. Interesting choice. We'll see how this works out. Oh god, we don't want to be losing the Raven. Okay, we're okay for now. We do have a double drop moving out across the map. So far unscattered, but there is an observer waiting outside the main base, so Everness should be able to respond and react in time if he does spot it. Meanwhile, a couple of Widowmines are getting picked off. One Widowmine goes down, a second is up. Ooh. A second Widowmine goes down as well. Nice catch here for Everness. He cleans up. Oh my god, the Blink Micro. A Stalker survives on 1 HP. Crazy. I mean, the rest of the Stalkers should be cleaned up here as they run into the army. Yeah. F's in the chapel, that one Stalker. But honestly, that was a really great pick off there, slowing his opponent down. Double jump comes into the main base. Do we have a warp in? Do we have a warp in? Warp in, papi! Ah! We have a recall instead. Not from the Stalkers across the map though. 2 Stalkers got recalled and the Colossus get disabled. This is what we were talking about. The Ravens are king, but there just wasn't enough bio on the ground. Imagine if this double drop was with the main army. I feel like Cosmos could have broken through, maybe even gotten the third, but every single worker just went down. 14 probes. The recall was a misstep. As Everness, these big Stalkers are going to be able to clean everything else up here. Yeah, there was a lot going on. The double drop does a lot of damage. The recall was misplaced and really awkward, and Everness didn't really defend in time. His Stalkers were left idle across the map, and Cosmos, it was decent. It was oh my god, it's another Widowmine shot goes up. Trying to take a step back and take stock of what just happened, because everything was pretty chaotic. Cosmos does have a third CC. It's going to be landing on location, but he hasn't been making SCVs. He's going to be able to Maynard, but like his worker count is pretty low. Something important to take note of is that Everness just lost 14 probes, and he's still ahead in workers. Like that just goes to show how few SCVs Cosmos was making. And because of that, he can't really explode from here. What's important is that he did keep his Raven alive, so he will be able to regather all of that energy, but he also lost his tank. He lost a lot of high-tech units. He just didn't really have enough to break through. And what's scary is that Everness did not lose a Colossus. That's what's important. Everness kept every single Colossus alive. Now he's ready for round 2, and there's only enough energy on this Raven for 1 disable. If that. Quickly checking. Yes, we do have 1 disable available here. At the same time, we do have another drop back into the main base, but it gets cleaned up immediately. Everness kept a couple of Stalkers here in the main. He's fine. He's taking a 4th base. And we do have a minefield, but again, against Colossus, they're not ideal. Vikings are being produced. We have a second starport on the way. So Cosmos identifies that he does need to really focus on Viking production right now, and that will help, but is it too late? We have 4 Colossus! Arguably too many. 4 is more than enough. Disruptor production has now started. We could do with a second robo. We can see that Everness is banking a little bit. He doesn't have enough production to really spend all of his money. He's also getting a little bit, was a little bit supply block there. There we go. More gateways are being thrown down. We need a second robo to really keep things going. And Cosmos has to try and catch up. He's working on the Ghost Academy as well for those ghosts, for those EMPs. This is great and all, but Everness's army is still sharking around. I just really, I don't know. It's we'll see. We do have a lot of Vikings. We have 6 in total. That's not bad. We don't have a lot of anti-air. Oh, we do see Everness walling off. There are a couple of force fields go down. Oh, the Nova will not connect. A little bit premature. Oh, and Everness, he can't really find a way in, not yet. I'm also surprised that we don't see a Warp Prism. Like, that's the biggest weakness of Everness's army, is that he doesn't have a way to reinforce. Whether it's with a Warp Prism or a proxy gateway, a pylon out on the map, something, anything. His army is so vulnerable. Meanwhile, we have a Widowmine drop into the 3rd base. 9 probes go down. Oh my god, the medevac barely surviving. He's going to try and sneak into the main. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down by the cannon. Sorry, into the natural, I meant to say. Up! As the Stalker does snipe it. But well worth it. Again, Cosmos was falling behind in the workers. He's been able to catch up a little bit here. It's okay. Nova goes off again. Premature, takes out 1 Marine. Oh, and finally, Everness, second Robo is on the way. Storm is on the way. He's getting the trifecta, every single form of slash damage. The only thing missing is to like start trying to get into Sky Toss, but it's too soon for that. Meanwhile, double disable on the Colossus. It looks like Cosmos, he can chase. Up. I'm waiting for the Widowmine shots to go off. He is able to keep Everness at bay once again with those disables. Something that I just noticed as well, and I'm sure everyone is noticing, we just don't have a lot of units here for Cosmos. We saw that even with those disables, like, he just doesn't have enough army on the ground to chase. He's got some Marines, some Marauder, but like nowhere near enough, to be honest. He should be working on a 4th CC. Yep, 4th CC is about to finish up, and that will definitely help. But yeah, I think a lot of it is just because of his low worker count early on and attempting to tech up. We'll see. Meanwhile, Zealots try to close the distance. Decent EMPs. Oh my god, but we have 4 disruptors coming out. Oh, a little bit of a miss there, but here we are. Again, some premature shots going off. We have 2 Novas left in the chamber though, and Everness can rotate around. Can't really find a way in yet unless he lands one of those Novas. Bearing in mind, Storm is done as well. We have 6 High Templar. We have so much splash damage, it's crazy. Ooh. Meanwhile, 3 Widowmines go down. That was the backbone. That was the anchor point of Cosmos's army. He still has a lot of bio and a lot of EMP potential, but pushing into Colossus, pushing into Storms, like, we need those EMPs. We need to deny these High Templar. Ooh, Vikings dishing out a lot of damage. What we're lacking here is anti-air. We don't have enough Stalkers here to release another Vikings. At the same time, looks like we had another bit of a drop here. Widowmine drop, 15 probes go down. Look at the Novas! No, Cosmos split! Buffy splits! The Novas connect. We still have Storms, by the way. We have like 12 Storms available. We could just blanket the army with Storms right now if we wanted to. Meanwhile, more Widowmine shots are going down. 5 more probes fall. Everness still has the worker lead, but there's no detection, there's no cannons. Finally, cannons are on the way. I feel like Everness can probably push in. I feel like he doesn't believe in the Storm. Look at all these High Templar, mate. Oh my god. he doesn't believe, he doesn't know that he has 12 Storms. Oh god. Meanwhile, a couple more Widowmine shots are going off here and there. Again, this is keeping Cosmos in the game, to be fair. If it wasn't for these Widowmines, then Cosmos would be far behind. And he is still behind, but you know, he's not 100% out of it. But, you know, maybe I'm on copium. As Liberators are coming in, they're going to be able to outzone this army. Again, Liberators are so good in this position as long as they're able to keep up. Quick, unsiege, resiege, let's go. Everness rotating around towards that 3rd base location instead. EMPs did connect with those disruptors. Oh my god, Nervous are going off. Oh, do miss the ghosts. Another wave of libs do rock up. Meanwhile, Everness is taking up. We have 3 Stargates on the way. Oh, Liberators get taken down though. That Raven is topped up on energy, and there we go. We do have an anti-armor missile, not a disable. Oh god, no! Ah, we could all see it coming. Not like this. Are we gonna see a single Storm this game, by the way? Is that happening? We still have those 6 High Templar. No! Ah, he noticed himself! Did he just... Oh my god, okay, here we go. We have 1 Storm, but he did just Nova himself. He killed all of his High Templar. He has 1 High Templar left. Oh my god. We thought Cosmos was dead, but we forgot about the friendly fire. He killed all of his Colossus as well. Oh my god. Everness. I didn't know he was a Cosmos enjoyer. Yo, these disruptors are a little bit exposed as well. Cosmos though, he doesn't see, he doesn't know. As he tries to keep up with the army. But now this may be the opportune moment. A couple of EMPs do connect. Oh my god, blanking every single unit essentially. But there are still so many disruptors that you can't really chase this down. Void Rays are on the way. Odd choice. We should be seeing carriers or Tempests. But we have Void Rays, question mark? Is this intentional? What is happening? What is happening right now? God, you know what I think it was? I think Everness was watching DreamHack yesterday and he was watching M Canning. Not like this. There we go. Tempests are now on the way. That's what we want to be seeing. Meanwhile, Cosmo's trying to sneak up on the army. Gets a couple of free shots off. Only a couple at the same time. Another drop headed towards the main base. Live range on the way. More goes. 5th base. Let's go. Cosmos be living. And I'm really worried about, questionable blink forward. He loses a couple of Stalkers in the process. I really don't think, like, Everness is playing with fire right now. I feel like his army is really lacking. I mean, he has a lot of disruptors, so maybe it may not matter. Oh my god, there's no splits! The Novas kill everything! I just gotta believe in the power of the disruptor. You know, that's my mistake. Tempests are coming out, and again, that's a great way to deal with all these Liberators. Who needs Tempests? We just brute force our way forward with the Stalkers, with the Void Rays. Another Nova goes up, taking down one of those Marauders. Oh my god, no! No! 2 more Ghosts go down. No! Stop, puppy, stop! He's already dead. Not like this. The Novas just don't stop coming. Where are the Tempests, by the way? What's happening? The Tempests are just chilling at home. Shout out to Everness for not using the all-army hotkey, but let's be honest, if he did, he would probably end the game. Like, Tempests, just get it. There we go. What are we doing? Why are we at home? Oh my god. Ugh. Oh god. Almost panned away. But clearly the MVP this entire game, maybe the entire series, are going to be these Disruptors. They kill the Terran, they kill the Protoss, they kill everything. They don't discriminate. What's important though is that even if we do have more friendly fire, and even if he does Nova himself, now we have Tempests, you know, and you can't Nova Tempests. It's not possible. Meanwhile, shout out to Cosmos, mate. He's fighting the good fight. He is fighting his heart out. He's just pumping out whatever he can, as much as he can. Finally, the Skytoss has been revealed though, and again, there's just no answer. There's no answer, Puppy. You have a rapid fire, like Purification Novas moving out. Oh my god, I think that was every single Nova, but it may not matter. Oh, there's still more Novas. GG gets called. And Everness takes game number 1. Oh my god. I was not prepared for that. I was not ready. Meanwhile, shout out to Sinistro in the chat. Hello, Sinistro. Hello, papi. And also, bienvenidos, Dastan. Bienvenidos. Mi besito. Nomás doy besito si estás en el torneo, papi. You know, if you're in the tournament, then maybe. But GG, well played. Oh my god. My heart was not ready for that. My heart was not ready for that TvP. Ugh. And yeah, but that was only game 1, people. That was only game 1. While we were in that game, has anything else been going on? A couple of updates here. A little bit of a feels bad, man, as I switch the scenes over. As I switch the scenes over, it looks like Master did 2-0 White Idra. Feels bad, man. I love me some White Idra. He is the Mexican Terran player. He's very unique. He's very beautiful. He's very cheesy, and I love me some cheese. But White Idra did get knocked out of the tournament. Same can be said for Elaine, the other Mexican player. So, you know, a couple of people are already getting knocked out. Not too many, though. Not too many. Just 2 series finishing up. So we still got plenty more to go. And welcome back. Uh, I apologize for cutting the duct tape short, but we have our player, we have our series. I wasn't going to ask the players to wait for a commercial break, which would have been weird. No, we dive straight into it here on the CranKy Ducklings, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the caster himself, the player hailing from the land of Brazil, the Terran, the Red Terran, I should say, representing Death Zone Gaming. It is Cosmos. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player himself. He is teal, representing Unidos por el Vicio. Hopefully his internet holds on. It is Everness. Let's go. God, I miss Ice and Chrome. I think that was the Ice and Chrome duct tape where the Chrome was alive. There was no Chrome on the map. Shaking my head, shaking my head. Well, yes, I apologize for cutting the duct tape short. If we do have to have a break later on, we'll run it again, or we'll run a different duct tape. For those wondering, and for those who are tuning in for the first time, duct tapes are kind of highlight reels of our casts. We don't have too many of them. They do take a lot of effort and a lot of creativity to make, but we do have a handful, and they're great. They're beautiful. They're amazing. They're also on our YouTube channel. We have a playlist, ! duct tape in the chat if you guys want to have a look at it yourselves. But here we go, diving into game number 2. As a reminder, game 1 was pretty intense. It went all the way to the late game. It was Cosmos kind of struggling to keep up with like the tech and macro of his opponent. But what was keeping Cosmos in the game was his drops, was his aggression. You know, whether it was a Widowmine drop or Marine drops as well, he was hindering and crippling the economy of the Protoss, and he was able to hang in there for a while. So we'll see if Cosmos can kind of close it out, you know, do more than just hinder the economy, try and hit a timing as well, be aggressive, be in his opponent's face. We'll see. As he's going for a slightly different opener here. We do have the Reaper coming across the map. What's important is that this game, Everness is unable to go for the pylon block. Looking at his opponent's vision, he did go for a probe scout, but again, wasn't able to really disturb the macro. And oh my god, Everness is going for a robo first. Let's go. Interesting. So this could mean, oh, it gets scouted. Reaper comes in, is able to avoid the adept that's coming across the map, maybe get a couple of probe kills as well, forces a lot of lost mining time here. But robo first means a couple of things. It could be just overly safe, but this should be for a fast robotic spade to go into fast Colossus, or if he's memeing, he could go into a disruptor drop. Show us the bait, up. Show us the bay. There it is. We knew it was coming. There is the robotic spay. He's making observer first. And again, this could be for either Colossus or disruptor drops. We'll see if he ends up investing into Warp Prism speed. And there's a couple of different ways to approach this. And I think that Everness is oh my, how is he doing this? Crazy. Quickly checking the vision here. Everness didn't get into the main base, but what I was going to say, as he tries to sneak in, going Colossus, which he's not because he's going for he's going for a War Prism, so he's probably going to go Disruptors. But if he had gone 2-base Colossus, that is basically a hard counter to 3 racks. 3 racks crumbles to fast Colossus. It is so good, and obviously Everness didn't know this was happening. Everness went robo first before additional Raxes were thrown down, but like, again, it just all worked out for him. Meanwhile, he's not going for Disruptor, he's going for Colossus drops. Let's go. Everness is a fan of Nina. I've seen him in Nina's stream before, and Nina does this so often on the NA ladder. Let's go. This, of course, is Warp Prism speed. We can zoom around, we can drop, we can just chip away and just dismantle not just the economy, but the army of Cosmos. Like, this is going to work so well for Everness if he has the control. Meanwhile, Observer gets across the map, quickly looking at the vision. He only sees 1 Rax, but he sees all these Marines and nothing else. He should be aware of the 3 Rax. It is going to get scanned, so nicely done there by Cosmos to be able to have that keen eye to catch the shimmer on the map and to catch that Observer. So very nicely done, but at the same time, it doesn't even matter. I mean, it kind of does. So Everness, he's blind right now. He doesn't know that Cosmos is moving out across the map. He doesn't know where the army is. So if he moves out now with the War Prism, he could get caught out. But he's going to be scouting here with his Adepts. He's keeping the Colossus at home because he saw the move out, kind of. Or at least he's in the dark, so he's playing it safe, which I really do like. He knows that it's a 3-rack, so he knows that his opponent wants to be aggressive, so he's going to be chilling here at home. Army stims on forward. Oh god, but here's a Colossus surprise. Oh god, with the Colossus, Cosmos turns around, he runs back home. You don't want to fight Colossus, not here, not now, not without medevacs. Cosmos would literally lose everything. So I think it's a very smart decision to turn around, but now he's in a really rough place. This build is designed to deal damage, and because it didn't, it's kind of devastating. To be fair though, because Cosmos keeps his entire army alive, he can hit a future timing with medevacs and with +1. He can save this for a later day. But Everness is not waiting for him. Everness is pushing out across the map, and the Madman has 2 Colossus. There's no tanks, there's no Widow Mines. Again, because of the build, factory is late, or it's supposed to be late. Like, there is no factory units, it's only Marines. Oh, the boys have to be pulled. Let's go. How good is the control here? Everness has to kite back as best he can. SCVs are falling left and right. The Marines are getting on top of the Colossus though, but in comes, oh, to save the Prince, save it, the micro. Ah. The prison kind of keeps everything alive. Another Colossus is about to rock up, and look how overstimmed this army is. Oh my god. He does get the second Colossus just barely in time, but again, like, he can't really do much else. And the damage has been done. 14 SCVs went down. Oh my god. Ay, ay, ay. So, now we have to kind of take a step back and figure out what's going on. So, that was both good and bad for Cosmos. Obviously, Cosmos, he had to pull workers, otherwise he would just die then and there. And he survived. He killed 2 Colossus. That was sloppy micro from Everness to lose those Colossus. Like, he definitely could have at least kept one of them alive, and now he only has a single Colossus remaining. So any kind of momentum is kind of taken out of out of his sails in a way. You know, Everness, he's trying to rebuild his Colossus count. He has, or he's going to base all in actually. But again, he doesn't have anywhere near as much firepower as he used to have. So this isn't worst case scenario for Cosmos. Meanwhile, back at home, I don't know if I like this. He's still struggling to get his add-ons up and running. Still 0 tanks. Without tanks, Everness still has a big advantage with his army. And a couple of swipes of his Colossus is all he needs. Ooh. Meanwhile, again, he's still baby-footing around. Like, he's still not committing to anything yet, despite having 2 Colossus. He is giving Cosmos a lot of time right now. But with 2 Colossus, the bunker goes down. Oh my god, he pulls the boys, lifts up the CC, and now it's the last stand of Cosmos. Is enough. He's target firing the Colossus, but the micro is too good. The control of the War Prism is too good as well. The Colossus will not die. And you know who will die? Cosmos. GG, well played. Everness takes the series 2-0. GG, well played. Very nice builds from Everness. I don't know how oh, sorry, leave the party. I don't know how he was able to do it, I'll be honest. I say that. I don't know what prompted him or why he decided to go for that build, but it was just the build he needed going into a fast Colossus, specifically against a 3-racks. I don't know if these two like play against each other on the ladder often. It's possible that they do, and because of that, he's like, I know Cosmos likes going 3-racks on Hardwire. It's possible that that's the case. Regardless, maybe he was just having fun. Clearly, he wanted to drop his Colossus across the map. That's why he got War Prism speed so quickly, but he had to switch gears and change up his plans because of the 3-racks. And again, like, Robo first against 3-racks is brutal to watch at times. Very brutal. GG. GG. Oh, Well played. Congratulations to Everness. He will move on in the bracket, and he moves on to face another Peruvian player, but a Zerg player.